Greetings and salutations. Welcome to Knife Chats with Tobias.
I thought I'd do another Thankful Thursday. This is an open tag that was started by Singing Toad up in Canada. And it's a really fun open tag. And it's also a great open tag in which you get to thank folks for, supporting your channel and just thanking folks for supporting the knife community in general. And that's kind of what I'm doing today. I've got quite a bit to be thankful for. And so there's a few different things I want to talk about here, but I'm going to start with the knives up here. You notice there are two German Army knives. Now, one of them was my German Army knife that I already had. This is the 111 millimeter GAC. But I got another one from another person from up in Canada. I had one sent to me by a friend of the channel and a friend of the knife YouTube community, and just a person who's always there to help all sorts of people, and that would be Stuart Harvey. He sent me this knife. I think it was this one. Nope. He sent me the one that was in front. He sent this German Army knife to me with a very short note inside. It says, hey, Tobias, probably the nicest armored chisel ground GAC out there, though I did touch up the edge. Stuart. So this is a knife that Stuart sent me, and I'm thinking, well, Stuart's familiar with the channel. He already knows I have a German Army knife, so what's the deal with this? And it's like, what does he mean armored chisel ground? And well, the blade has been reprofiled on this knife, and that's what he was talking about. A lot of people complain about the German Army knife because if you notice, it has that serrated edge up front there. And if you notice also, it is a chisel ground blade. And this one has been reprofiled. So now it is a fine edge, or what most people end up referring to it as is a plain edge. But as you can see there, it is a fine chisel ground edge. There's no serrations going on there. And you can see that the blade is definitely different. It has been moved up a little bit, but something I was not expecting, and I have to admire the the workmanship on getting that blade reprofiled like that. Reprofiling blades is not something I normally do. The only time I actually reprofile a blade is when the blade breaks. Well, I can't really say that. I have reprofiled quite a few pin blades and the coping blades on certain whittlers out there, but nothing quite like a German Army knife. So that's pretty cool. Gotta say thank you to Stuart for sending this to me and also thinking of me about this. So that is pretty cool. I really like that. And now I've got two 111 millimeter German Army knives, one of them with a fine chisel ground blade and one that is the original factory serrated blade, which is pretty cool. Before I move on to the knives in the box here, I want to move on to something else. I got something from Randy Garvin of, well, most people know him, of Georgia Adventure. And I got stickers from him a while back also with his EDC Leatherworks, Georgia Adventurer, and EDC Kerchiefs. But he sent me another sticker, and I am now a proud member of the Knife Brotherhood. And I actually have two stickers in here. One of them is for the board, and one of them is going to be for the box. One of them I will keep to the side and savor. I love it when I get more than one sticker. I try to send, when I send out stickers, I usually send out more than one also. Most people tend to do that. Some people send out quite a few different stickers. And I tell you what, I know a lot of people could care less about the stickers, but for me, the stickers are very important for a number of reasons. It's basically that I have made a connection with somebody else in the knife community. I like to put them on a board here. A lot of people put them on toolboxes and things of that nature. And I think it's just a way of sharing the camaraderie among the various knife collectors out there and people on the YouTube world who have a channel. It's a great way to support your channel. It's a great way to promote your channel. And what's even better, though, is one of the problems I have with YouTube is I subscribe to a lot of channels. Obviously, I cannot watch every video that is made by every channel. I would love to, but I can't. And the thing is if you don't watch a channel for a week or two, even though you've hit subscribe and you've hit that notify me when new content is up, YouTube doesn't care. It really doesn't. Just because you've set your notifications to be notified every time somebody puts something up, you rarely get the notifications. So the only way you can find it is if you go looking for the channel. And when you subscribe to a lot of channels, like most of us do, you kind of forget who has a content out there. And YouTube does not like to recommend knife videos. I mean, you got to look for that little blade thing. You click on that, and then some channels show up. And a lot of the channels that show up are channels that I do not subscribe to. They hardly ever tell me who I'm subscribed to and what I would like to see. And that's where the stickers come in, because if I have the stickers and I look at them, I start remembering, oh, wow, Thrifty Kniffy, I haven't seen his channel in a while, and I go check it. And same thing with other channels like RJ's Knives, Baxter's Blades, Hunting for Hookers, Knives of the North. Well, actually, that's a card, or it's actually a magnet. But anyway, that's the way I find channels. If it wasn't for stickers and the fact that I swapped with somebody for a sticker, I may forget forever that I actually am subscribed to them. And so I really advise, spend the $20-30, get some stickers and start sharing with other channels, because they will send you a sticker, you send them a sticker. They have a way to remember you. It's a way of sharing, because if we're not sharing with each other and if we're not promoting each other, YouTube definitely is not going to do it. So get out there and enjoy sharing back and forth with the other knife channels, because it's a great way to build the community. It's a great way to build camaraderie. And, consider going in and joining in with open tags, because when you do those joining in with an open tag, other people find you because of the open tags that you're sharing in. And that's why I wish I could share in more open tags, but I also have my channel to run. But I do try to share or join in as many open tags as I can, and because of that reason. With that said, I also want to go to one of my favorite channels that you did not see a sticker to yet, and that is Slick Slicers over there in England. And I recently saw a video of his that was actually a year old. Why I missed it when it first came out is because YouTube didn't bother to tell me. But his YouTube, the video I missed was his tribute to Queen Elizabeth, who passed away. And I said to myself, you know what? You need to pick up some kind of knife that commemorates Queen Elizabeth in some way, shape, or form. And so I went on eBay and I started looking, and I found several of these knives. These are made by Richards of Sheffield, England. And they commemorate the coronation of Queen Elizabeth II in 1953. Now, I don't know if these knives were made at that time or if they were made later, but I saw that and I said, you know what, that's a fitting knife to remember Queen Elizabeth by. And so I picked it up. It's got it was kind of cruddier than it looks right now, but you can see it had the carbon steel blades, still got a little bit of snap in them. And then you got the other blade over here. Yeah, and it's just plain white pearlized on the back side, and they are just shell knives. So this is just some kind of a wrap that has been put around the knife handle. Probably, they might have been made back in 1953 or 54. I don't know. I would assume so, You see Queen Elizabeth II there, and well, I don't know. I saw it. I was the purchase of the knife was inspired by Slick Slicer's channel. Speaking of which, another knife I recently found was this one here. This is also a knife inspired from Slick Slicer's channel. This is a tartan fixed blade. If you are familiar with my channel and his channel, he had a small pen knife in these covers, the tartan covers. And then I found a Barlow style knife with those tartan covers. I did a video on this one already. I mean, this one was in almost perfect condition. Obviously, this one was not in as good a shape as this one, but I went ahead and picked it up anyway. It also had a sheath with it. The sheath was so dry rotted that it was falling apart when it showed up. I had to polish off a lot of the rust and everything on here, and same with the blade, but I did my best not to remove the actual patina, but the blade was rusted and everything else. Got it for a really great price, but we should have been in better shape. So I'm looking for another one of these in better shape. But this one is pretty cool. And that brings us to these last couple boxes here. And this is one of those things that I have to do that Williams Knife Life does quite a bit, and that is say thank you anonymous, because these knives were sent to me by one of my viewers of the channel who has asked to remain anonymous, and they are Rough Rider Coral Snake knives. And you can see here's one, and here's the other box. Could have done a 2 for Tuesday on these. Matter of fact, I could have done a 2 for Tuesday on these and a 2 for Tuesday on these as well, but I think I'll just stick with the Thankful Thursday. And so these are pretty cool. If you're familiar with the channel, or if you've watched recently, I also received some other knives a little while back, and one of the knives I received was the Lollipop Whittler by Rough Rider. The Lollipop came from Jason, and it's the one of those swayback whittlers, and someone was nice enough to also send me the Coral Snake Rough Rider swayback whittler, and there's the Coral Snake. So now I've got the Lollipop and the Coral Snake, and if you notice, there's something significantly different about these two. The Lollipop has the blade you normally see on these swayback whittlers by Rough Rider, and that is the Warncliffe blade, and then the 2 pin blades on the opposite end. The Coral Snake, on the other hand, it has the same 2 pin blades, but it has the main blade that you normally found on the old Colt knives. And the Coral Snake knife was also in the Colt line at one time, and it featured a clip blade. And this is more in keeping with the original swayback whittlers that Case made. The Case knives typically had this same style of clip blade on it as opposed to the Warncliffe blade. So that's pretty cool. And the other knife that I got in the Coral Snake is this one here, which is pretty cool too. And if you're familiar with the channel, you know I really like the Cub lockback. And so now I also have a Cub lockback in the Coral Snake, which is a nice little knife to add to the collection. And speaking of collecting, there's another guy out there who has recently joined the knife community, and that's Stan's Collector. I think that's the name of the channel. I do not have a sticker from him, but if he is out there, I would love to swap stickers with him. And Stan is not just a collector of knives, he collects all sorts of things. And in any case, I thought what I would do is in this slideshow that's going to follow this, I'm going to be showing the various stickers that I have, a slideshow featuring these knives, the slideshow will also feature some of the comic books that I have, so that Stan can see some of the comic books that I have. He collects a lot of comic books. And also I think I'll show you some of the decks of cards that I have, because if you're like me, you collect more than just knives. You have more than one thing going on in your life. Maybe you're not. Maybe you are just rock solid, just stuck on knives. I promise I'll keep enough knife pictures in this slideshow that follows to entertain the knife enthusiasts. But I thought I'd show you some other things that are out there that I collect as well in the slideshow. In any case, I want to thank, the Great White North for not only another German Army knife, but also for coming up with the idea of the Thankful Thursday. So thank you, Stuart, and thank you, Singing Toad. Let's go on to some slides.
let me take just a second to thank you once again for dropping by and spending a few minutes here at Knife Chats with Tobias. I really do appreciate it, and I do appreciate any comments that you leave. So please remember to give me that thumbs up, and also don't forget to subscribe and ring that notification bell so you'll know when the next episode is up and running. Thanks again for dropping by. Really do appreciate your time here.